Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Success Playbook, where we dive into the stories of founders building the next big wave. Today's guest is rolling out that wave on the silver screen, quite literally. Please welcome Mr. Pavan Agarwal, the founder of DD Cinemas, with 29 screens already running across India, and he's just getting started. Hey, Mr. Pavan, thanks a lot for joining us.
Hi, Jatin. Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me here.
Thanks for taking your time to join us on our podcast. So your first step was reviving a single screen theater in Pratapgarh, which today is part of a thriving chain. What sparked this bold idea to reimagine movie going in small towns?
Well, I was always passionate about cinema halls and movies, of course. And I remember I was studying in Delhi when I came back from Delhi. I used to drive 60 kilometers to watch a movie because there was no quality cinema hall in Pratapgarh. I used to go to Allahabad to watch a movie. So I thought there lies an opportunity here. There are many people like me who must be going to Allahabad or nearby cities for a quality cinema. So I thought of I rented out a single screen which was in a very bad condition and it was closed down. And there were no cinemas, not even a single screen functioning in Pratapgarh. So I took this opportunity and I rented out a cinema and converted the upper part, that is the balcony part, which is there in single screens. There is one lower part and one upper part, the upper part balcony. I converted with all modern facilities. A 239 seater I made a cinema, and I was very fortunate that it worked out very well. Then the rest is history, as you know.
Amazing, amazing. I think, as they rightly say, necessity is the invention,
Of
and
all
really,
invention. Yeah.
yeah, is the mother of all invention. And really glad to see that you applied it in your own life, and you were able to make the most of a situation where each of us would just see problems, and you kind of found a solution in it. Was there ever a moment when you thought that this may not work? What kept you going in that journey? Because starting a cinema is not something which anyone usually thinks of. So what kept you going in that journey?
Yeah, while I was building the cinema, there were a lot of negative inputs coming in, and my friends and my relatives they were saying like, when all the cinemas are shutting down, so why are you going into this business? It is a dead business. Even now, it is considered a dead business. No one wants to get into this business because they think that after the advent of OTT and the smartphones, there are other mediums of entertainment. Why would a person go to cinema and spend money? He can watch it in on YouTube or other platforms in free. So there were a lot of negative inputs coming. But since, as I told you, I was passionate about it, so I thought, let's give it a try. Baki, as it said, Baki, it's God's will, whatever happens. So I kept motivating myself, and there were other centers, small centers also, where newly built cinemas were coming up. In Chhattisgarh, I went and watched a cinema in Chhattisgarh, a place called Champa. It is a very small place, even a smaller place than Pratapgarh. And then I went to Bhatapur also. It is near Champa. There I saw that cinemas were working. So that motivated me that if Champa and Bhatapur can work, why not Pratap? So and I motivated myself, kept thinking, chalega, acha chalega. That's it. Keeping
Amazing,
my fingers.
amazing.
Yeah, it's like
No,
self motivation. You have to keep motivating yourself.
this is really inspiring, Pawanji, and
Yeah.
there's of course a lot of magic to the whole cinema going experience. Just being in that social setting, watching a movie on the day of the release, there's so much magic to the whole experience. And of course, it takes someone to really believe in it, to kind of be really crazy about it, to kind of go after a business like this, and kind of to make it a success. So really glad that it worked out the way it worked out. So today DD Cinema isn't just about playing films, it's about a full experience. You've brought recliner seats, Dolby surround sound, themed screening, gourmet food, and all of this in a tier 2, tier 3 setting. How are you redefining this experience for your audience? Like, how is that playing out?
Yeah, it is playing out very well, and with the time, we are implementing new technologies, new systems. Like technology is ever evolving, very fast and ever evolving. It is very fast. I mean, the technology changes better. Within 5 years, new sound system comes in, new kind of seats, more comfortable seats come in, and also the projection system. So we keep implementing it keeping in mind the profile of the public and our business economics also.
Amazing. Amazing. And what's the secret to making premium affordable in Bharat? Because of course, I mean, tier two, tier three audience also has the wish to kind of experience this premium movie going experience, and they also have paying capacities. So what's the secret to kind of building this whole experience?
Like, we are selling at a very reasonable price. Tickets, our ticket pricing is 150 and 200. There are two classes, and for recliners it is 250 or 300. Depending upon the movies also, we tweak the prices according to the movies also. But 90% of the time, the prices are fixed at 150 and 200. Now, the major investment comes in the interior part of building a cinema, wherein I keep a check of the prices. I do very prudent shopping, and my vendors are also very much dedicated to me, and they give us a very genuine pricing. The lower the prices, the footfall, the occupancy obviously increases. The margins are relatively high as compared to other businesses. So it we work on good we work on good margins, and even at 150 and 200 at a small places, you can work out a good model, a good cinema model.
Amazing. Amazing. No, this is really important to kind of select the right vendors to work with, and to give a really good affordable experience to your end user, and that's basically a very important aspect of being the right, like a price market fit, and finding the right price at which the movie going experience will become successful as a business entity. So really good to hear how you've cracked that code for yourself, and I'm sure a lot of users who are watching this would be interested in kind of becoming your partner, getting into a franchise relation with you. And I hear that DD Cinema is now getting into franchising. So can you explain how, if someone wishes to launch this in their city, how would it work for them? How the unit economics would work for them? If you can just throw some light on what kind of partners are you looking at?
Like, I'm looking for a passionate partner who are very passionate about business and their dedication, and it can work out even in small cities, even in tier 3 and tier 4 cities. I have a cinema in Amethi also, which is a tier 4 city, and it is doing really well. And the cinema has been running for the past 18, 20 months approximately.
Wow.
So, with the example in Amethi, I understand there are a lot many cities where we can work. And the investment, what we do is we do not have a watertight fixed model that yes, this is the investment, this is the place, this is this. We have provide the franchisee a very customized approach according to the profile of the public and the profile of the city. We ask him to invest accordingly. It is like, obviously, if you are investing in Delhi or Lucknow, so we have to keep in mind our competitors. So the investment obviously goes higher. Whereas in places like Amethi, we can compromise at some places, except the sound quality, the seating, and the projection. These are three
Hmm.
main components of watching a movie. So we can compromise on like lobby decoration and all, and we cannot have a big lobby. We can have a small lobby. These accordingly we provide the franchisee a very customized approach. We first of all decide the location of the place, whether this location will work out or not, because there are a lot many locations in a city which are premium, which are less premium, or which are very low. So the franchisee, what we provide is 100% foolproof model, because we do the recce accordingly.
Wow.
We just do not want like the franchisee should come, pay the franchisee fees, and we build a cinema and then we leave him in the open sea, where we provide him end-to-end support. And after the cinema begins, we provide him daily support, because there are a lot many movies coming in. There are some movies which, obviously, for the movie to work, you come to know after it is released. You do not know whether
Right.
before the release how the movie will work. So accordingly, we assign the number of shows, and we keep a track of the profile of the public which are visiting a particular movie. And
Hmm.
we analyze that this movie should work better in this place, this movie should
Hmm.
work better in this place. So we provide end-to-end support, and we provide a foolproof model that a franchisee will for sure earn. The percentage of earning, obviously, we cannot guarantee how much he will earn, but he will never go in a loss.
Makes sense. These partners, and you analyze on which movies would work in a geography, which would not, and you would help them with a lot of those things, including the input metrics on what kind of investment needs to be made, what kind of investments can be avoided, to make sure that the returns are faster. And I'm assuming that this is also for first time business owners who have no cinema experience, like is like people who have aspiration to run a theater and to run it successfully. Do you think this would also fit them, like they would also fit as a partner to you, to DD Cinema?
Yeah, anyone would put a partner. He should be only, the most important is whatever he does, he should be honest towards his work. The most important thing is, any business does work is because of the person loses interest and thing. Franchisee should, if he's dedicated to the his business, obviously there is nothing which can stop it running.
Amazing, amazing. No, I think with the right kind of support, which of course DD Cinema is providing, with your vast experience of running 29 screens already, even in remotest of the places which are not so commonly known, you have been able to run successful cinema. So with your kind of success, with what DD Cinema has been able to achieve over the last decade, I'm sure with your experience, the partners will also be able to kind of make the most of this experience and will be able to run their own screens successfully. Now let's talk about the vision of DD Cinema. You're already live in 29 screens. What's the roadmap? Where do you see DD Cinemas reaching by 2028, by 2030? Is it in terms of number of viewers, or is it in terms of number of screens? Like what are the metrics you're chasing at your company
Uh,
level?
we have a one larger target and one a small. We have broken down it into smaller targets also. Like our target is 200 screens, and by 2028 we are targeting 100 screens. Currently we have 29 screens, and 33 screens more are upcoming, which are already signed up, and
Wow.
some are under fit out also, and they will be live in another 17 to 18 months. So obviously will be by 26, by the end of 26 we'll have another 33 screens. So obviously by the end of 2028 our target is 100 screens, which I think will be achievable by 2027 only, but I have taken a very high time,
Right.
because during yeah, and by 2030 I'm very much hopeful we'll have around 200 screens by
Wow. Wow.
2030.
No, amazing. And I'm sure you're going to kind of do that with the kind of success you have already achieved with the screens which are already live, with the kind of success you have been able to see in tier 2, tier 3 cities. I'm sure partners will love to kind of open up these screens with you. And every time there's a partner success, these partners will come back, they'll ask for more screens, they'll want to open up in localities around them. So maybe they'll start with a city in their own locality, and then they would want to do more towns around their own towns. So of course success attracts more success for
Yeah.
sure, and I'm sure this will spiral into a really big movement, and the kind of experience you want to give to your tier 2, tier 3 audience, it's a very interesting mission you're onto, and I'm sure this will grow into a really really good mission for the tier 2, tier 3 cinema viewers, because it's high time that people in the interior parts of India also kind of get the movie going experience, which has only been available to a really few in tier 1, tier 2 towns. So glad to kind of hear the goal you have set for yourself, and I'm sure this will serve a larger audience. Glad to hear that, Pavanji. On a little bit on the fun side, I hear you are visiting Mumbai for a premiere, for a success party which you're kind of going to. Can you share more about that as well?
Yeah, after the success of Sitare Zami Par, the exhibitors from all over, the selected exhibitors from all over the country, and Amir Khan has invited these exhibitors to share his success with us, who have been, obviously, we have also been a part of his success. The major contribution, obviously, is of Mr. Amir Khan, but since we are as an exhibitor and it is a very close fraternity, so he has invited us today evening in Mumbai, and he has thrown a success party.
Amazing. Does this happens usually? Like you keep going to these success parties of because it's the cinema business which you are in, and the entertainment industry you're in. So is it like how you have side effects of different industry you work in? Is this the side effect of your industry, attending success parties?
Yes, Avoid. There are many success party. All the movies which are released and which are a good success or a big success. So generally, the producers and the actors of the movies they show their gratitude that inside in being the success, the exhibitors also play a role because ultimately the audience comes to the cinemas,
Right.
and with more cinemas coming in all parts of the country, obviously this will help in boosting the collections also.
Amazing. Amazing. No, good to hear that, Pavanji. It's actually true. Distribution is the key, and for the cinema industry, it's of course the number of footprints, number of theaters, number of screens which are there is essentially how they distribute their movies,
Yes.
and it's very essential to them, to their mission of making sure कि उनका message reaches to every part of the country. वो होने के लिए there needs to be theater in every part of the country, and you have kind of taken up that mission, and I think while working very seriously on your business and growing it is very important to, of course, find time for such success parties, and that kind of should, of course, keep you motivated to kind of
Yes.
increase your footprints in different parts of the country. So really good to, and really glad to hear that. Now time to switch gears. It's time for some rapid fire. So you just need to say the first thing that comes to your mind. So I'll ask you a few quick questions. Your all-time favorite movie?
My all-time favorite is Avatar. The cast is Rajesh Khanna and Sabana Azmi, and it
Amazing.
was released in 1993. I must have watched it, I think, 50 times.
Wow. You're really a movie buff, Pavanji, and
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
has got you to this business. One city where you dream of launching next.
One city, I cannot say it is a dream, but my target I've been trying for the last 2 3 years is Shahjahanpur. It is near Bareilly. I really want to build a
Interesting.
cinema. Yeah.
Wow, very interesting. Dolby audio or recliner seat? What wins more hearts?
I think both have their own place, and people will always prefer the combination of both. They want the Dolby and the recliner both, and Dolby is
But
a
you have,
must
if you have to pick
because
one,
the
which
recliners are limited seats, but the Dolby caters to the total audience in the auditorium.
right, right.
So I
Best
would always prefer a Dolby over recliner. I can watch a movie without a recliner, but not without Dolby.
amazing. And what is the best selling snack at DD Cinemas?
At DD Cinema, mostly people prefer burgers and pizzas.
Oh wow,
Momos have also started picking up, but burgers and pizzas people generally prefer more.
are the best selling snacks. Amazing.
Yeah,
A movie star you would love to launch a theater with?
Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh, wow, amazing. Very, very, very interesting to know.
One.
No, he of course has a greater than life
Mhm.
aura to himself, and also I'm sure you're like, of course,
There
you loved
moreover,
his movies and everything.
there is a regionalism also since he's from Allahabad and I'm also from uh, I'm also from I'm also 60 kilometers from his place, so there is kind of a regionalism also, you can say.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm also a fan of him. He actually invested in
Uh,
our previous company, and we got a chance to meet him personally in Jalsa.
uh,
So it was really, really good to, like, of course, he has a really, of course, one of the only movie stars like of all time. So
yes.
good to know that.
He produced only two superstars. The first one was
Yeah,
obviously Rajesh Khanna, and
right.
now, mm, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So one habit that keeps you productive daily.
As I said, it is like self motivation. And when you think of your target that you have to achieve 100 targets or 200 screens you have achieved. So
Right.
obviously the time is short and time is very precious. It can never, the time you have lost will never come back to you. No matter what you do, the time you have lost will never come back to you. So thinking on all these lines that the time is short, I have to meet my target. I have to complete this. So this keeps me like motivated.
Motivated. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. One advice for anyone thinking about opening a theater.
One advice is like it is a very good business. It is not about only making money. It is a very glamorous business. You make it gives you fame also in your vicinity, at least in your vicinity. When you have larger number of screens of those at a larger platform, it will give you fame. So this is the only business which gives you name and fame and money also. The margins are high. So since it is a very fluctuating business, so one should not lose heart by 1 month of business or 2 months of this business. There are movies, they keep coming. You may, and I would request my upcoming people or people who wants to work in this business. It is a very, very convenient business. You do not have to really toil out a lot and you have to not work very hard. And more importantly, if you open a cinema in your vicinity, in the area 40 to 50 kilometers at least, people will know that you are a cinema owner, and the respect you command from this business is more than any other business.
Amazing. No, that's absolutely true. I'm sure the entire city kind of falls in love with people who own a
Yeah,
theater,
falls
because
in.
that's a matter of lot of pride.
Yeah.
So good to know about that. And I'm
And
sure a
it is
lot
a
of people.
landmark also. It is a landmark also. Like railway, it is a landmark in your city, like a railway station, bus stand. So the cinema hall. Yeah, it becomes a landmark. Yeah. Yeah.
100%, 100%. I'm sure a lot of people might be reaching out to you around premieres of movies to kind of
Yes,
get
yes.
get premiere passes and everything. So there's a lot of pride to kind of owning a theater.
Even the government authorities will keep calling you. Today they want to watch a movie, so so it
That's amazing.
gives you a very, yeah, it gives you a motivation also. Yes.
So Pavanji, it's amazing what you're building from one screen to 29 screens and beyond. This is truly a blockbuster entrepreneurial story in the making. To our listeners, if you have ever dreamed of owning a movie theater or bringing amazing cinema experience to your city, DD Cinemas is offering franchise opportunities right now. You can of course visit their website to learn more. And thanks Pavanji for joining us today. Thanks
Yeah.
for your time.
Thanks. Thanks, Jatin. Yeah, thanks, Jatin, for inviting me here so that I can, through your platform, I can get to know more people, get more partners in, and
Amazing.
we can expand this business because what I understand in smaller cities, there are no means of entertainment. I mean, after the basic needs of a family is fulfilled, like it is said, roti, kapda, or makan, the basic needs fulfilled, people
Right.
want entertainment. And then it is the cheapest mode of entertainment where you can spend a quality time with your family, and it is
100%.
a cheapest mode of entertainment. Yeah.
100%. No, and absolutely true about that. And I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot in this episode. Thanks for sharing so much insight about the movie business. So that's all for today's episode of the Success Playbook. Like, share, and subscribe. And maybe next time we'll meet you at a DD cinema near you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Jatin. Yeah.